these three men, murdered in an ambush. I mean, locally you hear about these things, but the extent of this is really quite incredible. Utter lawlessness in our streets now. It looks like a war zone. One of the things we do here is we honor our police officers. We always have and we always will. And there's a law enforcement officers memorial and a law enforcement officers memorial fund. I wanted to bring to you that memorial as well as a story out of Kentucky just a few days ago. So let's take a look at this, sit back and just check it out. Go ahead.
The National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund was established in 1984, a nonprofit and nonpartisan organization that honors fallen officers, tells the story of American law enforcement, and makes it safer for those who serve. Law enforcement professionals are the heart and soul of our organization. We operate under three pillars. The first pillar is the memorial, where we honor the fallen. Our second pillar is the museum, where we tell the stories, the amazing stories of American law enforcement. And the third, officer safety and wellness, doing our part to keep names off the wall. The National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial honors 22,611 officers who have died in the line of duty throughout the United States. Unlike any other memorial in Washington, D.C., this is a living memorial, meaning names are added each year to honor those who have fallen in the line of duty. Sadly, this year, we had to expand the wall to accommodate the growing number of law enforcement officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty. Our job here at the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial is to make sure this wall remains in place for your fallen brothers and sisters. We will never let their stories be forgotten. The National Law Enforcement Officers Museum expands and enriches the relationship between law enforcement and the community by sharing stories of service and sacrifice from across the nation. The museum provides innovative, insightful, and thought-provoking programs that are designed to spark dialogue and provide a greater understanding between law enforcement and the communities they serve. The National Law Enforcement Officers Museum is your museum. Our goal is to make sure when you step foot on our campus that you feel honored and respected. That when you come with your families, they are going to be so proud of the profession you've chosen. This museum exists for you. And there is one thing you will find when you get here without a doubt, and that is you are honored here. Our Officer Safety and Wellness Program recognizes best practices through our Destination Zero Awards program. Our ultimate goal is 0 line of duty deaths, but our focus is on improving officer safety and wellness, keeping names off the wall. We maintain a comprehensive database of creative, innovative, and successful programs. And we make this comprehensive database free to all law enforcement agencies from around the country. We also work with our federal partners to support critical programming in officer suicide prevention, traffic safety and crash reduction, and community policing to increase officer and citizen safety. As CEO of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund, it is my goal and the goal of our board of directors to make sure that we serve you in a way that you will feel honored and respected. My goal is to build your trust, one step at a time. We need your support to grow together so that we can continue to honor law enforcement around the country. We want you to come visit the museum that was designed to honor you and share our story. Tell your organizations about what we are doing here in Washington to honor law enforcement. Because our story is your story, and this is your home. Law enforcement professionals are the heart and soul of our organization. The National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund exists for you, your fellow officers.
These three men from Eastern Kentucky were honored in our nation's capital. Captain Ralph Frazier with the Prestonsburg Police Department, William Petrie, who was the deputy with the Floyd County Sheriff's Department when he was killed in the line of duty, and Jacob Chaffins, who you see right there, working for Prestonsburg PD when he died. All three men were killed in an ambush on June 30th of last year in the community of Allen.
Now stop. Now think about that. These three men murdered in an ambush. I mean, locally you hear about these things, but the extent of this is really quite incredible. Utter lawlessness in our streets now. It looks like a war zone. And these men gave their lives. Systemic heroes. That's what they are. Go ahead.
Their names will be engraved on the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial, along with the names of other fallen heroes who we've lost in Kentucky and across the country. Also in our nation's capital, our region's fallen four-legged officers are also being honored.
K9 Drago, Floyd County Sheriff's Office, Kentucky. End of watch, Thursday, June 30, 2022.
Drago, the K9 from the Floyd County Sheriff's Department, as you just heard, was remembered as a part of this ceremony. His handler, Deputy Dusty Newsom, was there in our nation's capital to remember his loyal companion and lay a rose in his memory. Drago's name will be placed on the National Law Enforcement Memorial in Washington, D.C. He was killed alongside those officers on June 30th in the community of Allen during a shootout. Law enforcement was attempting to serve documents when they immediately came under gunfire. The man accused of killing those Eastern Kentucky officers was Lance Storrs. In February, we told you he was found dead at the Pike County Detention Center. His death, an apparent suicide. He was 49 years old and faced the death penalty in connection to the death of the officers and wounding of the other first responders.
K9 Axel, Charleston Police Department, West Virginia. End of watch, Saturday, August 27, 2022.
Another K9 from our region will also have his name etched on that memorial in our nation's capital. Axel from the Charleston Police Department was one of the 25 K9s killed in 2022. His handler, Patrolman Josh Clendenin, was on hand to lay a rose for his loyal companion. He was also one of the officers selected to speak at that ceremony. Axel was shot and killed in the line of duty on Saturday, August 27th in Eastern Kanawha County, saving his partner, Patrolman Josh Clendenin, and another officer while they were chasing an armed suspect wanted in connection to a stabbing. Police say that man, Samuel Ranson, shot and killed Axel. Officers returned fire. He died at the hospital. Police say he was well known to them and there was an active warrant out for his arrest.
You know, certain parts of this country and other parts are unexpected. It's real wild, wild west out there. And the answer is not to disarm the good guys. The answer is to get the bad guys.
For more, sign up for Levin TV.